Hi, I'm Bob Woolley, and I was a patient here at the Valleywise Arizona Burn Center. Yeah, I've got a pool in the backyard. I thought, oh, maybe I'll go for a dip. And so I walked out to check the water, and it felt great. And so I was walking from the pool back to the house to get a towel, and I caught my foot on a landscape tile, and I went down, and I could not get up. Once I was down, I started trying to push up with my hands, but the rocks were so hot and so sharp, I couldn't push long enough to move effectively. I'd have to take them back off the rocks, and I was still right where I started. And I did that a number of times, and the pain in my hands kept getting worse and worse, and I turned and I looked at my hands, and the skin had peeled off my palms like the skin from an onion, and it looked like raw hamburger underneath. Once I saw my hands, at that point I knew I was in serious trouble. So I started trying to push with my forearm. After a while, I looked at my forearm, and it was burned like charcoal, and I couldn't use my forearm anymore. And I started trying to wiggle across the ground like a sidewinder rattlesnake. And I was making some progress, but I was getting exhausted from the heat, the pain, the physical stress. And I got tired, and I closed my eyes, and I thought I'd take a short nap. And a voice said, if you go to sleep, you're not gonna wake up again. And it gave me a surge of adrenaline. I was able to make it over to my back patio. I managed to roll over into my back and kick on the back door till my wife heard me kicking, and she and my son helped me into the house. She cleaned up my burns as best she could and took me to the VA emergency room. They looked at my burns and said, this is way beyond anything that we can handle. So they contacted Valleywise Burn Center, described my burns, and Valleywise agreed to accept me. Well, they roll you in, and they immediately started scrubbing my burns because I was on the ground, so there's dirt in there. That's a merciless, painful experience. They don't just wipe it a little bit, they scrub and scrub because it's a combination of dirt and burned skin. It's excruciating. Both hands, my forearm, my left leg, the outside of my left leg from my calf all the way up to my hip, and that's the most serious burn, and my right shoulder. It's life-altering. When I finally got home, first thing I did is I went in my garage, went over to my motorcycle and twisted the throttle to see if I could do it. And I was like, yay, I can twist the throttle. And I had to wait, probably nearly a month before I could actually get on the motorcycle and ride it. And the first time that I rode it again and was actually riding it, it's like, back on the bike. Life is returning to normal. If I hadn't gone to the burn center, I would not have recovered. I'm extremely grateful to the burn center.